Hello everyone. Today is March 4th, 2012, and you're watching Overgrowth Weekly number 64. I'm Silverfish.
And I'm Anton. How's it going? Privet to all my friends out there.
Yes, privet. And hey to all my pretty Swedish friends. Yeah.
Hey.
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 Yeah. And this week, David added a fighting game style camera to Overgrowth. How do you feel, Anton? How does this make you feel?
Oh man, I gotta say, I like that view a lot.
Yes.
A
It's cool,
lot.
isn't it?
It is very cool. It's a very fun way to play in the game.
Yeah, you really get that cool feeling. I should start the video. I have a video of it. I recorded it with my apartment mate just like an hour, 1.5 hours ago or something. So let's start that because we're doing we're going to not go into as much detail in these alphas anymore. We're going to just cover the coolest stuff instead of just going through every single feature added and every single bug fixed in the alpha log. And this was the coolest thing ever.
Yes, it was.
So yeah, the cool thing about this is that, you know, the controls become much more simple. You don't need to, like, you just walk towards the right or towards the left depending on where your opponent is, and then you fight. It's just so much easier, especially if you're using a controller. Like, controlling your view it's not very easy.
Right. It's definitely a lot of fun. I even just like watching it, and I think that it would be fun just to do some like what do they call it, machinima, you know, where they make a game, you know, make sort of a little movie from the game. You can start from way far away and run in towards each other and jump, and these great silhouettes, and it's really just a fun.
Yeah. You get kind of a cinematic feel with it, actually. Like,
you do a very cinematic feel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
especially oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, you.
Oh no, I was gonna say, especially the detail objects, the grass that kind of comes into the field of view as you're far away stays with you, so the camera always gets a very detailed look about it. I do think that the camera is a little low, and as we just saw, it dropped down below the ground there because you were too far away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it needs some minor tweaks, but overall, for a first pass, this is a very fun new camera angle, and if he plays around with more things like this, as some of his tweets have hinted at, it would be fun to see where this goes.
Yeah, I fully agree. So that's the coolest feature in this week's alpha. And this week was like 2 weeks in one, wasn't it?
It was.
Because we didn't have any alpha last week. So yeah, that's what we get, man. These are the kinds of features we get when we are patient, guys. So be patient, and everything will be very fine.
It looks like you guys had a lot of fun. I hope that video gets posted on YouTube in the near future.
Yes, it will be. And yeah, next up on the agenda we have the, let's see, yeah, I hit the right button but I didn't have it set up. There you go. Now I can see. Okay, so we have the tutorial right now, but well, there is no tutorial this week, unfortunately. I did though update my Sum Launcher tutorial, so I did some tutorial work, but you know, time is short. Modeling of my house, yay. So yeah, no tutorial this week, unfortunately. But I'll keep making tutorials, don't you worry. And next we have the community segment, and starting up there we have the fan art watch, just as usual, and this is where we take a look at what's been posted in the fan art thread in the previous week on the Will5 forums, and I put those into one image and show them to you like right now. And there you go. So there were very few this week, unless I totally missed something huge. But four pieces of fan art. Very nice pieces.
That's what I remember seeing. I see a new one in Corbin 3 right now.
Oh yeah, but that was posted 24 minutes ago, so you know, it's like doesn't count. Made this
True.
image before that.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll take
it's
a look
hard.
at that after we've looked at this for a bit.
Sure.
So, top left we have Confication and Shiny Gem, who made that image kinda together, because Shiny Gem made the image originally, and then Confication made a vector art kind of version of it, and it's looking
Right.
very cartoony.
Yeah.
But
I,
yeah, go ahead.
I've always liked the image, and this way it definitely has a fun depth of field and stuff like
Yeah, atmospheric perspective and stuff. It's really cool. And of course it says OG Weekly, so of course I have to give it a huge thumbs up.
Absolutely.
And then we have T2
I was-
Vanden. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was going to say the same thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, T2 Vanden, bottom left, with his nice little avian concepts. With yeah, he wants to get birds into Overgrowth, man.
I think that flying around as a bird would be fantastic.
I think so
Although-
too.
I think that that the characteristics of these particular ravens, my only issue is that I think they're actually too buff. And I know that's going to sound weird from creatures that are supposed to fly, and of course martial artists always are buff, but for birds to be able to fly, they have to be very lightweight, and I think that the balance between how strong their muscles are and how light they are, because muscle in itself is pretty heavy, so if they were that buff, I think it would take a lot more muscle to fly. I think you wouldn't be able to glide as well. So it's kind of a catch-22 in some ways, but I do like them. I like the way they look a lot.
Yeah, I agree that they should probably be less buff. I mean, when I see flying things, I don't think of like a huge like roar, like testosterone dude. I think of like something small and nimble that's light enough to be able to fly, you know? So
Exactly.
so it's kind of a clash there to me. But yeah.
But I
it's-
do like it. So that's
It's a really nice image, and I do want birds in Overgrowth. That would be really cool.
yeah. Any way to fly around those worlds, because I love just flying around with the camera in the editor mode. So I can imagine that having a character that could fly around would be a
Yeah, it's an appealing thought. And then Steel Raven 7, towards the right, the two images there, has done some image editing of images taken by you, Anton.
well, the first one is by me, and the second one is by him.
Okay.
The top
cool.
one, I should say, is by me.
Yes.
And I actually really like what he did. He kind of made it look like it was painted, and he really accented some very pretty colors. When I first made that screenshot, I was blown away with how it looked. I really was like a little inspired to take that picture, and what he's done here has just taken it leaps and beyonds what it ever was before. So thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. It does look really cool.
My poor image looks so amazing.
And yeah, that's the fan art watch. We should probably check out Corbin's nice image here as well before we move on. He says, I made some art too, and there we go. So, yeah, it's a dog from Overgrowth in the future.
Yeah. I like the plating.
Yeah, in general, nice image. I would like to see it colored and shaded.
It's a very cool concept, and I can see Corbin 3 has improved a lot in his artistic style, so I'm excited to see how he moves forward as well.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. And with that, we close down the fan art watch and move on. See what's next. Alright, so we have a level, Inheritance by Steel Raven 7. And that level, man. That level. It's, did you play this one, by the way?
I have not played it yet, although I just downloaded it recently. Oh, Sergey just came in. The person I was supposed to say Privet to. He hadn't been here yet. So Privet Sergey. All right. So I have not played it yet. Unfortunately, it's downloaded on my computer, ready to install and add to the menu mod. But I have unfortunately been very busy. I finished my TV show this week. So
Oh, I see.
I should have a lot more time for adding these in this coming week.
Cool.
But it looks great. I love that what you call it? I love that terrain, and so it's fun to see it with the Crete hex Crete set in there, and they really made it kind of look like ice and stuff in the images that he showed off. So it's very, very fun. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it's this level is good on many things. Like it looks good, obviously, and it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it just works together as a whole. It doesn't feel like it's just small parts that have been taken and like put together, even though that's like it feels kind of like that. But you know, it makes sense. It feels right somehow. It just just works like that. So that's really cool.
Yep.
And of course, there's the exploration part of it, which, as you know, I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this a lot.
yes, absolutely. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, I kind of like how it builds up as well, because you start out with the like lighter weapons, like the knife and the spear is introduced quite early on, and then later on in the level you get access to like a sword, for instance, but that's later on. So like you obviously want the sword because that's the better weapon in almost every aspect. So it makes sense to put them in an order so that you don't get the best weapon right in the beginning, and then you like just use that for the rest of the level.
Right. Although it's funny, I actually dislike playing with the sword, to be honest. I feel like it's too slow.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. As well.
Yeah. So the knives I think are my favorite because of the ability to be so fast in and out. The only thing I don't like is that knives are instant kills when thrown most of the time. Other than that,
yeah, except for the time in this video actually where I threw my knife at the guy with the broadsword and it hit with the wrong end, so that was kind of panicky time. And Steel Raven 7 asks in the chat if I found the hidden broadsword, and I don't think I found a hidden broadsword. But yeah, did find the non-hidden broadsword.
So very good. I think the map looks great, and it will be added to the menu mod very soon.
Cool. All right, so that's Inheritance by who made this app? Is it Steel Raven? Yeah, it's Steel Raven 7. So let's move on. Let's keep moving. So next up we have Raided Town by Zramulis, and this level is it's pretty cool level. So you start out here like right outside of the town. Right outside of a town, I guess. The Raided Town.
Right.
And yeah, you just approach the town, I guess, and kill the enemies in it, like you normally do in Overgrowth. But the cool thing about this level is that it has kind of a story to it. That's the coolest thing about it to me, and which is something we don't see too often, actually. Because yeah, you kind of start outside of the town like this, and then you kill people, like the raiders in it. You can see, like, just by looking at these guys, that they're evil, of course. And then as you move into the houses, you see blood and stuff like that. So you realize that these raiders have raided the village, and yeah, you can kind of make up your own story. I guess would be like that this is maybe the character's town or something like that, and he's returning to find it raided. Like, that would be not be very original, but you know, that's a possibility. And then he kind of has this thing in the distance. He has this smoke pillar rising in the distance, which pulls you towards that, of course. and it's just kind of, it brings, I don't want to spoil the whole thing for you, but you can kind of probably see where it's going.
Yeah.
And that thing that he has this story to the level, it just it made the level, it gave it so much more value, I think.
Right. I was really excited by this because of the smoke particles that he created, and he created some fire assets that if you walk into them, they're an instant kill, so there's a new hot spot for people that want to use that. And it's really a very, very fun looking map and fun to play through. Nothing feels too hard. Everything feels like it's there for a reason, and a very natural feeling. So, the fact that he's both a level designer and a modder really go hand in hand. To give him props for the amazing things that he's able to put together.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm just now seeing that fire for the first time, and very, very cool.
Absolutely.
My computer, for some reason, the shaders that he created for the smoke don't work on my computer, so I did not get to see this.
Yeah,
Wow, it's even better
unfortunate.
than I thought.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And yeah, as I said, this level, like Zdramilis, he's actually one of the more innovative modders and mappers in the community, I think. So it's always exciting to see his new stuff.
Certainly what he does is he pushes the boundaries of what is available in ways that create things that you wouldn't expect, like the arena mod and his original hotspot mod, which is based off of how slippery the flooring was. I mean, to use that as a way to tell the difference between different types of surfaces before hotspots were really working and in place was just amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
So
So yeah. And also in this level, as you can see, there is a boss battle at the end with a super strong rabbit, which is also something that we haven't really seen that before. But it was cool. It was a very different kind of battle. So
right. Yeah, we don't get to see that too often.
yeah.
Very good work, Amules.
Yes, very, very nice work. So that's Raided Town by Ceremonies once again.
Yeah.
Nice work. And then we have another level. We have Cat's Pass by T2 Vanden. So let's check this out. So this is a parkour level where your goal is to climb a tower and get there by going through like kind of islands. I like to call them islands.
It's this level was pretty interesting as you ran through it. The parkour was a little different than in some levels. That they were structural, or they at least appear structural as you're running through it, which gives it a feel of a realistic town. But what it does mean is that you have to sort of adjust your parkour techniques to make sure that you don't overshoot things, that you don't undershoot them. You have to use certain spots whether or not you normally would to get to certain places, which sometimes can be good, sometimes can be bad. But everything, again, this is another level where the detail is very good, where he really made sure that things were there, that they had a purpose, that they looked realistic as you went through the level. And it's fun. You really kind of progress through the level with a few different types of parkour challenges. So it was interesting.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I agree with you about the structure thing, about making it look like it's actually real. As you can see, like in the current, like right there in the video before that, when I was in that wall jump place, there was like a small thing that stood out from the wall, which made me like fly away from the wall when I ran up into it and things like that, which are kind of course, not optimal. But it does make the level look better, so I think you could combine that somehow by maybe, I don't know, maybe you could like have invisible blocks or something like that you could just place on top to make sure that surfaces are entirely like 100% flush, exactly.
Yep.
Things like that. Or maybe the code could just be improved somehow to make it more robust, I guess.
Yeah, I think there are definitely tricks you can do to make everything work out a little better. But
yeah.
And there are some secret passageways, some alternate passageways. You might call them cheating, depending on how you look at it, with some wall jumps and stuff. So
yeah, that's kind of cool about that. It feels kind of like he put them in there as checkpoints, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's very hard, like you don't go around looking for them, if you know what I mean. And they're kind of hard to find as well.
Right.
But
At
you
least
can get
initially.
there, yeah, at least initially, exactly. But you can get there from, like, where I'm right now. I, like, notice this hole, and I go out and I see, oh, well, I can go inside her. And that's good, because now if I fall down, I know that I won't have to redo the entire level. So, yeah, it's a very nice and natural way to create checkpoints, I guess.
Yeah. It's certainly, without actually using hotspots.
Yeah.
Which we don't have an officially working way to do that, so.
Exactly.
Although yeah.
So yeah, that's the Cat's Pass level made by T2 Vanden. Very nice work there.
Definitely fun. And fun to play as a different character other than Turner once in a while.
Yeah, it is. That's a Raider Rabbit. He's just so badass. He's so cool.
That he is.
Yes, so that's the end of the community segment, and that brings us into the community side note segment. It's kind of like the community segment, but we're going to take everything very much faster. So, let's start this up. There I have it. Yeah, can you see this? Do you see this? Does it even line up? I need to look at this, man.
I can't see it yet.
It doesn't entirely line up, but you know. Yeah, you can see it. Alright, so I have combined the two options from last week, guys. I have the list and the video, so yeah, here we go, man. Let's do this. Okay, so first up, we have the Tackle Move mod by Steel Raven 7. It allows you to tackle your opponents and beat them up while they're down, I guess. And that's the mod that's in the video you're looking at here right now. So that's
which
a very cool
I'm just gonna say, because I don't see that you updated it. They actually put together. There's some updates for it, including sort of a football mod using an Easter egg where you can pick up and throw the Easter egg at each other and tackle each other. So it's kind of funny.
Oh, cool.
Fun to play. Yeah.
Yes, I'll have to check that out. But next we have Vallejo 18. Yeah, he's trying to create an improved, smarter AI that can choke characters, throw weapons, jump, and even drag bodies. And there appears to be no download yet, but we will be following his progress and let you know once there is one.
Yep.
And then we have Last's Blood mod, and yeah, as usual, he has updated it to work with the latest alpha. Steel Raven 7 has managed to get his 3D height map preview that he pranked me with last week. A little rascal. He has gotten it to show up in the Overgrowth main menu. So it's kind of working now, and it allows you to preview the height map of a level right from the main menu. So that's really cool stuff. And then we have the Temple of the Moon by Amnesiac.ps. And yeah, that's a level that's made by Amnesiac.ps. And he has got lots of pictures in the thread for his levels, so if you want to check that out, that's in there. And yeah, he's written down a bit about his plans for the level and things like that. So if you're interested, you can read that in there as well. And we're going to
the level did come out this week too.
Yeah, exactly. It's not entirely though. It's kind of weird because it's not how do you say? It's not a level. From what I downloaded it and it looks like it's just a prefab. So you're supposed to put it in your own level. So that was kind of confusing. But yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
entirely done yet either. He's still going to
Right.
keep working on it.
He has said that he's going to keep working on it for sure.
Yes, but it's looking really good, so looking forward to it.
Right. And as many of these maps as I can, they'll be in the menu mod shortly. There's also the one that I don't see listed, the stealth map by Adwuga was just released today as well. So that one will also be...
Huh?
There's a new map by Adwuga called Stealth that he released earlier today.
Yeah. So
That was
one-
not listed. Yeah, but it will also feature that shortly, soon, meaning sometime in the next week. We'll show it off, and should also be added to the menu mod.
Yes.
Hopefully by the end of today. I'm gonna do that as soon as we finish OG Weekly today.
Cool. All right. So that's the community Sidenote segment. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
And next up we have the news segment, and where we take a look at some news. So we have a blog post making the music for the Broadside Express. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Anton?
I made a video about me making some music. Go watch it.
So
No, it's-
let's keep moving.
Well, I showed off kind of I kind of just showed off and talked briefly about the music and showed off all the music that I wrote for the Broadside Express from the Modam the previous week, and I didn't go into as much detail as perhaps I could have with it. It was a little bit more of an overview. I'm sort of debating going back and sort of showing off how I put together all the different pieces to create the project the way it is.
Yeah, it was too bad that I missed everything. Like, I woke up in the morning and I jumped into the Wolfire IRC, like a new day, and then I see you're streaming, and like you just posted the links to the downloads and you were like, just then you were done. So that was kind of depressing. But yeah, so it was really unfortunate that the live stream footage didn't get saved by Twitch TV. Are you using that, or were you using something else?
I was using Justin TV,
Basically the same
and
thing.
what's basically the same thing, but what's really weird is that you can't, there's not the same option to just save something. You have to highlight things on Justin TV, and when I went and I looked, they had all this footage, and I was like, okay, I see it, I'm gonna try and highlight it and keep some of this footage. There was definitely some stuff I could cut out, like time that I wasn't at home and stuff for a couple hours that didn't need to be up. And they say you have about a week to do that, and my footage disappeared after 3 days. So I never got the chance to do that. So as sort of a countermeasure to that, what I've done is I've installed, I had video capture software on my computer to record myself, but I didn't really want hours worth of stuff. But I've installed a program now where I can do time lapses in real time. So I'm going to record time lapses as I stream for the future, so that at least I have that for making these kinds of videos in the future. Something a little faster, and we'll see. Time lapses don't work as well for audio since you can't like hear little snippets and understand how it's being put together, but at least for this kind of video it would be a little more exciting than just watching the playback of the...
Yeah, I guess. But it's like this video that you have, it's I thought it was interesting and informative, so yeah, it was I think it actually was a worthy replacement of the actual stream. Kind of a summarization.
A little bit. And I showed a little bit of the individual sounds, but if I get the feeling that people really want to hear kind of a deconstructed version where I show the individual sounds and a little bit how they're created, I might try and make them as maybe video responses to that video. So
yeah, cool. So
yeah.
That's the making the music for the Broadside Express by Mr. Anton. Yes, by you. And then we have 2 tweets left, and then we're done. So first up we have ready to attack poses. This is pretty cool stuff. So David is working on a ready to attack poses from when the attack button is down but no targets are within range. kind of like
Yeah.
the defense flinch, I guess.
Right.
But with attacking.
This is definitely something sort of interesting because a lot of new players who have never played Lugaru before don't understand the context-sensitive nature of the combat system, and this will at least give them a response. When they push a button, they'll at least get a response to understand, yes, I know that you are pressing the attack button, but no, it doesn't do anything right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully they'll complain about it less. I think there will always be people that complain that you can't attack without being in the right context, but it is part of what makes this combat system so cool. So
fluid.
Yes, so fluid. So I hope that we that we see it soon.
Yeah. I totally
Or I mean, I
agree.
hope.
I guess we're going to see in the next alpha.
Yes.
And
I
next we
think
have,
new users will like it.
yeah, I think so too. So next we have a scriptable hub. Hub? No, a scriptable HUD. A scriptable HUD. Oh my god. I don't even know how to talk today. Alright, working on a scriptable way to display HUD images, that is show score in versus fighting game mode, for instance. So you'll be able to, yeah, script in your user interface stuff.
Yep. That will be a big deal for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
It means that you make a first-person shooter mod in Overgrowth, you could script in HUD that makes sense in that situation.
Yeah. I mean, people have been kind of doing it with... they've been faking a HUD with like debug lines and stuff, which is kind of interesting. Yep. But, you know, being able to use real images is going to be, you know, really useful, I think. So this is a really cool addition, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what people can do with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is, my friends, the end of the show. So remember to check out ogweekly.com and as well as our YouTube channel, which is OG Weekly, so youtube.com/OG Weekly. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Polka.